A single song made them famous, but that very same song also doomed them to be forgotten. In the 1980s, they dominated the charts and touched the sky for a brief moment, never realizing it would also be their last true success. Today, we're diving into the 10 most famous one-hit wonder songs of the 1980s. Will you remember every one of these fleeting gems? Let's begin. Number 10, Break My Stride by Matthew Wilder. In 1983, Matthew Wilder surprised the world with Break My Stride, a song bursting with positive energy, synthesizers, and that reggae-flavored rhythm that instantly puts you in a... What makes the story even more interesting is that his producer, Clive Davis, told him he didn't see any potential in the song. Wilder, stubborn and passionate, took that as a challenge, recorded the track on his own, signed with another label, and the rest is history. It became a massive hit. Top 5 in the United States, #1 in Norway, and an instant classic of the day. That said, repeating the feat was no easy task. After a couple of failed attempts to stay on the charts, Wilder never managed to score another major hit and gradually faded from the spotlight. He later devoted himself to producing for other artists, including No Doubt, and even co-wrote songs for Disney's Mulan. His story is a reminder that sometimes one great hit is enough to leave a lasting mark. Number 9, Voyage, Voyage by Desireless. In 1986, an enigmatic figure appeared on European television. Desireless, with her spiked hair, icy stare, and futuristic look, inviting us to escape the ordinary world through Voyage, Voyage. No one expected a French synth-pop song to become such a phenomenon, but its ethereal atmosphere, hypnotic chorus, and floating melody ended up conquering half of Europe. It reached #1 in more than 10 countries, including Spain, Germany, and Norway, and even climbed into the top 5 in the United Kingdom. In the end, Desireless was never able to repeat that achievement and became part of the one-hit wonder club. In 1989, she released her album François, but it failed to capture the attention of the wider public, and by the early 1990s, she had all but disappeared from the spotlight. Today, every time Voyage, Voyage comes on, it takes us straight back to that bright youth, to the dance floors, or to those afternoons by the radio when a song in French could make us feel like we were flying without ever needing to pack a suitcase. Number 8, Tarzan Boy by Baltimora. In 1985, Tarzan Boy became one of those unexpected phenomena, a sparkling synth-pop track with a jungle spirit, an infectious rhythm, and a vocal hook so catchy it turned into an instant dance floor anthem. It was the debut of Baltimora, an Italo-Irish project fronted by Jimmy McShane, that energetic redhead who danced through lasers and vines in a music video as unmistakably 1980s as it was unforgettable. The song reached #1 in France, Belgium, and the Netherlands, climbed to #3 in the United Kingdom, and landed in the top 20 in the United States. Its success was every bit as explosive as it was short-lived. Behind the group, Baltimora was actually the brainchild of Italian producer Maurizio Bassi, who found in McShane the perfect face to bring the project to life. Although they tried to recreate the formula, no other song ever matched the impact of Tarzan Boy. And when Jimmy left this world in 1995, the song became an even more emotional memory. Today, Tarzan Boy still echoes through retro radio stations, commercials, and themed parties, bringing smiles to an entire generation. Because sometimes a single song is enough to immortalize the beautiful memories of those glorious summers of the 1980s. If you ever danced with your arms in the air to Tarzan Boy, give this video a like and subscribe so we can keep reliving gems like this one. Let's keep going. Number 7, Words by F.R. David. Words don't come easy to me. Sound familiar? In 1982, F.R. David conquered Europe with that line, sung in a soft, almost whispered voice over a bed of enveloping synthesizers. His ballad Words became one of the great romantic anthems of the 1980s, reaching number 1 across much of Europe and selling millions of copies. It was, in many ways, the quintessential romantic ballad of the decade. Its emotional simplicity, hypnotic melody, and David's voice, with that distinctive French accent, made millions identify with this man who simply could not find the words to say, "I love you." After Words, his career passed by with far less impact. None of his later releases came close to matching that earlier success. Songs like Pick Up the Phone or Music received some attention, but remained relatively unnoticed outside France. By the late 1980s, his international popularity had faded, firmly establishing him as a true one-hit wonder. Today, whenever Words comes back on, it takes us straight to those 1980s sunsets, to first loves, and to a time when a single song could say everything. Number 6, Maniac by Michael Sembello. In 1983, Maniac exploded everywhere, on the radio, in the clubs, and above all in that unforgettable flash dance scene where Alex trains as if her life depends on it. Until then, Michael Sembello had mostly been known as a session musician. But with this whirlwind of synth pop and dance rock, he was suddenly launched into stardom. What makes the story even more curious is that the song was originally written as a parody inspired by a horror movie, until the director of Flashdance saw its potential and asked for the lyrics to be rewritten. The result was so explosive that it won a Grammy, topped the Billboard charts, and instantly became one of the defining anthems of the 1980s. After that overwhelming success, Sembello had no interest in repeating himself or jumping fully onto the commercial pop train. His next single, Automatic Man, released in 1983, went largely unnoticed, and his later albums, leaning more toward jazz, funk, and instrumental music, came and went without much impact. But with Maniac, he had already made his mark. Today, it remains an essential retro party classic. The moment those opening notes kick in, the leg warmers, the headbands, and that irresistible urge to move like it's the 1980s all come rushing back. Number 5, Live is Life by Opus. If there is one song that perfectly captures the collective joy of the 1980s, it is Live is Life by Opus. Recorded live in 1984 and popularized the following year, its spontaneous energy, with the crowd singing at full volume, crossed borders and turned it into an anthem for stadiums and celebrations alike. It reached number 1 across much of Europe, became a major hit in Canada, and even managed to break into the top 40 in the United States, something quite unusual for an Austrian band. Its simple yet powerful message, life is life, paired with that irresistible chorus, made it unforgettable. One of its most iconic moments came in 1989, when Diego Maradona improvised to the song during a warm-up before a UEFA Cup match in Germany. From that point on, it became forever linked to the magic of sport and to a spirit of pure celebration. Although Opus never achieved another global hit, the band remained active for decades, and kept a loyal following. Today, Live Is Life still sounds like a universal ode to good spirits, inviting us to smile, sing, and simply let life be life. Number 4, The Safety Dance by Men Without Hats. In 1983, Men Without Hats got everyone onto the dance floor with The Safety Dance, a Canadian new wave classic packed with bright synthesizers, rhythmic claps, and an irresistibly catchy chorus. The song climbed into the top 3 in the United States, became a major hit in countries like New Zealand and South Africa, and turned into the signature success of this Canadian band. What few people knew at the time was that behind its infectious rhythm, there was actually a protest. Vocalist Ivan Dorashuk wrote the lyrics after being thrown out of a club for dancing weird. That is how this anthem to the freedom of moving however you want was born, even if other people do not understand it. The music video, with its medieval imagery and folk-style dancing, was every bit as strange as it was brilliant, and in the height of the MTV era, After that success, the band never quite reached the same level again, although they continued performing on and off over the years. But the Safety Dance remained forever as a symbol of shameless fun, a true one-hit wonder, and one that still invites us to dance if we want to, and leave behind anyone unwilling to join us in our madness. Number 3, Somebody's Watching Me by Rockwell. In 1984, at the height of the synth-pop era, Rockwell burst onto the scene with Somebody's Watching Me, a song that mixed paranoia with an irresistibly catchy groove. From its spoken opening lines to that explosive chorus, secretly sung by Michael Jackson, the track grabbed listeners right away. It became a global hit. Number 2 in the United States, number 1 in several European countries, and a staple on radio and in video stores thanks to its perfect blend of spooky atmosphere and dark comedy. At just 20 years old, Rockwell made a huge debut, combining funk, pop, and new wave synthesizers into a style that felt entirely his own. And the music video, complete with zombie mailmen and haunted houses, sealed its place as a Halloween classic. After that hit, though, the story changed. Without the boost of Michael Jackson's backing vocals, his follow-up releases came and went with little impact, and Rockwell faded almost as quickly as he had arrived. But Somebody's Watching Me remains immortal as a true one-hit wonder, one that knew exactly how to play with fear and rhythm at the perfect moment. Because in the 1980s, even paranoia came with a beat you could dance to. Number 2, The Promise by When in Rome. Toward the end of the 1980s, when new wave was already beginning to fade, The Promise by When in Rome emerged like a melancholy sigh in the middle of so much danceable synth pop. The song made little impact in the United Kingdom, but in the United States, the story was very different. It climbed to number 11 on the Billboard chart and became one of the great romantic anthems of the era. With its gentle keyboard arpeggio, sincere lyrics, and unforgettable chorus, it was the kind of song that felt perfect for listening to through headphones or dedicating over the radio on a quiet night. It was not a dance floor hit, but the kind of song that touched the soul. Its emotional vocal, nostalgic atmosphere, and delicate balance between sadness and hope allowed The Promise to endure far beyond its original moment. The band never managed to repeat that success and broke up not long afterward, but the song remained as a true cult gem. Decades later, it found new life through films, orchestral renditions, and unexpected covers, proving that its simple beauty still moves listeners. In the end, When in Rome left us with just one promise, and they kept it, giving us a song that still beats powerfully in the heart of an entire generation. And what about you? Where were you when you first heard these songs? On the radio, at a party? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to read you. Number 1. Take On Me by A-ha. Few songs capture the spirit of the 1980s quite like Take On Me by A-ha. That bright keyboard riff, Morten Harket's seemingly impossible voice, and a music video that looked as if it had leapt straight out of a comic book were enough for the Norwegian trio to leave a permanent mark on pop history. What many people do not know is that the version we all remember was not the first one. The band had released the song earlier, with very little impact. But its 1985 re-release, accompanied by that groundbreaking animation and heavy rotation on MTV, changed everything. The song reached number 1 in the United States and in more than 25 countries, becoming a global phenomenon. Musically, it was synth pop with soul, a blend of technology and emotion that still sounds just as fresh nearly 40 years later. And the truth is, Take On Me was not just a hit. It was an experience, both visual and sonic. The impossible falsetto, the keyboard solo, the illustrated love story. It all became part of the collective memory. Although A-ha enjoyed more success in Europe, in the popular imagination, they remain forever tied to this song. Even today, it is still alive on YouTube, in covers, in television series, and at every retro party where this song comes on, and everyone tries to sing along. A-ha may never have repeated that same level of frenzy, but with a single song, they achieved what many spend a lifetime chasing: becoming unforgettable. What's most incredible is that while the 1980s gave us these unforgettable one-hit wonders, they also gave us timeless ballads that still give us chills to this day. Click on the next video and discover the 10 rock ballads that defined the 1980s. You're going to love it. I'll see you there, my fellow rock fan.